Hey guys, Rusty here. Wanted to bring you guys the final update on the 37 Ford Coupe street rod. And, excuse me, I'll let you guys see the product here, and then I will go through the good, the bad, and the ugly on the build. It took me a little while on this build, longer than the past, which I know time frame isn't an essence in building, but this did take me a little bit longer. Had a little bit of issues with some things here, but I think the overall product came out okay. Still, this is model number 4 that I've done, so I'm still, as you guys know, going through the learning curves. But I do think that they're getting a little better as we go along. This one was a tough build, and I'll show you guys why. Let me just go ahead and show you the build first on the spindle here stand, and then we'll go through some bits and pieces here. I think the two-tone came out nice. I like the way that the two-tone green. What I tried to do when I got the kit, I tried to mirror the box as much as possible. I tend to do that right now just because I'm sort of learning how color schemes go together. But so I tried to mirror the box the best that I could. Most of my stuff right now, or all my stuff right now, is box stock. So it's pretty much just following the directions and putting the models together until I can get some skill sets built up to venture out and do some other things. Let me point out some of the issues I had. The interior you're not going to be able to see real well. I'll bring it down and show you. I did two-tone the interior seats, and they came out okay. I ended up having to hand paint them. When I was spraying them, my taping job wasn't doing real well. But just to point out some of the issues that I had here, towards the end of the build, in the part of the instructions that you actually attach the, I guess I'm not sure what these panels here are called, but fender panels, or I'm not sure, but that part of the build was probably the hardest part of it all. I'm trying to look here in the directions to show the attachment of those. But it's not gonna. I'm not gonna have it right here handy, I don't think. Yeah, right here it is. Here's the directions, of that step. Looks pretty simple. You just put it down and glue those into space. But the problem is that they don't fit real well or real tight. So I had some issues right here. You can see a little bit of the paint coming off right there. From some of the glue, but it didn't fit real tight. The other side I think came out a little better, but if you look, it actually kind of looks like the paint's different color on it, but it's really not. I'm not sure why it's coming up like that. I painted this each piece separately, but at the same time out of the same spray bottle. So, but these parts of the build were probably the hardest part of the whole thing. Everything else seemed to go together okay. I did have, let's take a look at the engine here. The engine came out okay. I'll see if you can, I know I'm not going to be able to get a good light in there, but you guys have seen the engine along the way in the build. One thing I did not do that I noticed on the box, I did not bare metal foil around the window, and not because I didn't want to, I just didn't even realize it until I looked at the box at the end of the build, and I realized that there's bare metal foil around the window. I like using bare metal foil actually, and for some reason I totally forgot that part. The chassis, you'll see here that I got to put one of the manifolds back on that fell off just at the very end here, so I got to re-put that on. But everything came out pretty good. Overall I'm happy with the build. Just the ending. Getting some of the small parts together, of course, is the toughest part, and getting it to fit properly at the end, that sits better than that. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I did make sure I took a concerted effort at the end of this build to not rush myself and try to get on to the next build too quick. I tend to do that to where I start to see the finish line and I want to get on to the next build, and I tend to hurry the build. But this one I took my time, I slowed down. I think it came out pretty good. Give me your opinions. I don't know what's on the bench next. I've got several kits down here to choose from. I'm leaning towards the Nova. I'm not sure yet, but once I decide what I'm going to do next, I'll let you guys know. And other than that, guys, I hope you've had a great first part of your weekend. And let me see if I can just show you the real quick. I'm not sure if it's going to come up, but the interior. Let's see. Oh, there goes the hood. Just trying to see if I can get the. You can sort of see the two-tone seats in there. I know I can't get it real good, but got to find a better way to get the interior photographed and videoed. But the seats came out pretty good. But other than that, guys, have a great rest of your weekend and enjoy yourselves. Thanks, guys.